the questions I get asked all the time on YouTube when it comes to Dyson concerns the two ball models, the DC24 and the DC25. People have seen them on TV or they've seen them in stores and they want to know which of the two they should go for. Now, I can't really tell you which of the two you should go for because I don't know what your needs are. I don't know what your house is like, I don't know what your cleaning habits are like, but because I've got both of them, I can tell you a little bit more about them, which might help you to decide. Now, if we look at some of the differences between the two models, obviously the most obvious one is the size. The DC24 is 1/3 smaller than the DC25. In fact, with the handle extended, it's actually marginally taller, not enough really to make a difference, but it is slightly taller. But with the handle retracted, obviously it's very compact. So if you live in a smaller house, apartment, flat, that sort of thing, where storage space is at a premium, you will find the DC24 easy to store. Now, obviously, with the smaller size of the machine comes a smaller dust capacity. The DC24 really doesn't hold a lot of dust, so you will have to empty it more often. That only takes time, it doesn't take money, and it's very easy to do. Both cleaners, in fact, will dump at the press of this button on top of the canister. Pretty hygienic to do. One of the most hygienic baggers cleaners to empty, in fact. And then it just snaps shut again, you can replace it. Also, the DC24 comes with a much more basic toolkit. You get the same combination tool that you'll find on the DC30 and DC31 handheld cleaners, which is fine for dusting of tables, surfaces, that kind of thing, but it's really not what you want for doing stairs. So if you have a house with a lot of stairs or a lot of furniture to clean, then you might be better off with DC25. The other point about above floor cleaning with the DC24 is that you only have this much hose, which is again fine for dusting of upholstery surfaces, but you will not get up a full staircase with this. Obviously the DC25 is the larger machine of the two. Can't compact as small for storage as the DC24 can, but the extra power and size makes it better for sort of medium to large size homes. And obviously the added benefit of the extra size is that you've got more dust storage capacity, so you won't have to empty it as often, which again is very easily done. You just press the trapdoor and it will fall out, which needs to be a messy thing if you do it the right way. You don't have to wash the filters as often on the DC25, you only need to maintain them every 3 months as opposed to every month on the DC24. You do have a full length of hose which will reach right to the top of a set of stairs. You also get this more comprehensive toolkit. You have an upholstery nozzle for stairs, furniture, and a combination crevice tool and dusting brush. Rather than having to have 3 separate tools, they've combined 2 in 1, which saves on materials and it saves on weight as well. Now obviously the trick that the Ball is famous for is its ability to navigate obstacles by steering, pivoting on a ball as opposed to riding on 4 wheels, which I'll just demonstrate now. To recline the handle, you simply press on the red button here and tilt the handle back. The wheels automatically retract. They're only for stability. So the cleaner is now resting entirely on the ball and it's free to pivot in this manner. And when you want to stand the cleaner upright again, just tilt it forwards and they will re-engage themselves for stability. But obviously we're going to use it now. On-off button here. As you can see, it really couldn't be simpler. Obviously the function is exactly the same for the DC24. Now, one of the criticisms I've read a few times online, on YouTube and on discussion forums, are that people find the tools hard to use or fiddly or complicated to use, with the DC25 and very similar to the DC24, it really couldn't be simpler. You simply grab the wand at the top here and pull it upwards. The whole thing disengages. You've got your wand here for obviously hard to reach areas. If you want to use the hose without the wand, you simply press the catch here and that will come off, and you can put the tools directly onto the hose cuff. Simply snaps back on and the whole thing slots back down off the machine to replace it. Now, I can't see how that's hard, and if you find that a challenge, you should probably be cleaning with a broom. Dyson use a see-through material for their hose, so you can see if there's a blockage, and you can also see whether or not you've removed it successfully. The hose comes from the base of the machine, rather than from the top, which means if you pull it along by the hose, as you might do during cleaning, it will follow you rather than toppling over. Now, you can see now it's stretched to its fullest extent, and if I continue to pull it, it will just follow rather than falling over. So after all that, which of these two do I think offers better value for money? I think probably the DC25, because you have the largest storage capacity for dirt, so you don't have to empty it as often, you don't have to wash the filter as much, and you have a much longer hose and a more comprehensive toolkit. The DC24 is still a very competent cleaner, but I suggest that one only if the two primary concerns in your decision making are that you require the cleaner to be very, very lightweight and very compact. It will still do the jobs very well, but you don't have as much hose, you have to wash the filter more often, and if you try and use it in a full-size house, you will find yourself emptying the bin quite frequently because it doesn't hold an awful lot. So if I had to get rid of one of these and keep one of these, it would be the DC25 that I would keep. So I hope that helps your decision a little bit.